Welcome back. This is Design Solids tutorial number 6, measuring model components. This is a Geneva here. This thing, this little part right here that I'm squiggling my cursor over is driven. And it turns at a constant RPM. And then this little cam on it will pick up one of these slots, and it'll index, or it'll turn the Geneva wheel here by, looks like, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 30 degrees. And then it'll stop. So the Geneva's moving, it moves like 30 degrees, and then it pauses for some degree as this thing turns around, and then it moves another 30 degrees. So it's a way of turning constant motion driven by a motor into a intermittent motion with pauses in between. This is useful in automation where you move items from one station to the next and you do a different operation at each station. I used to use these a lot when I was doing automation or factory automation. So anyway, we're just going to measure a couple of things on this. It's a pretty quick tutorial, so I'll move this over here to the side. And I got Fusion going, and then go to Basic Training 04 Geneva. Okay, there's some interesting stuff going on in the timeline. I don't understand this yet. Hopefully they'll explain this in a future tutorial. But anyway, let's go into this. Turn off the frame visibility. All we're going to do is measure a few things. It's pretty quick. So you go to the Inspect menu, Measure, and let's see, zoom in a little bit. We want to pick this, okay, and then one of these arc faces here, and then just look at the numbers. So it's telling you the radius 27.35 millimeters for item 1, and then 27.5 millimeters for item 2. So you know this item 1 is rotating constantly, and it's just sliding along this face for a while. So you want to have some clearance in there, and we have 15 thousandths or 0.15 millimeter in the gap between these two parts. All right, as this thing turns around, you want to have it you want to have it sliding. There's oil in there, right? But you don't want to have it exact on the same exact dimension. You want to have a clearance in there. Another way to just verify that is even just visually, just go to the top view, click top so that you're looking straight on it in there, and zoom in. And now I'm orbiting, but you can see the gap, okay, right in there. Okay. So I'll go back to home. Then they want you to do another measurement. Inspect, measure. They want you to click this thing, and I think this thing, and it's not rendering well on my display because I've got a fancy display that this doesn't support. This is only version 2, I guess, of Fusion, and they don't support 4K displays very well yet. But anyway, there's just some numbers in here, and there's not much to say about those numbers, really. Let's see. Then you can repeat the measurement command by clicking this little funky arrow thing. Click that. The next thing they want you to check is click this surface, and then orbit around and click this surface, and it dimensions it 14. It also says 14 up here. So the slot is 14 millimeters wide, right? Then you can repeat the measurement and click this cam, which is 13.8 millimeters wide, because this hub thing is turning around at a constant speed, this cam here is going to engage this slot, so it needs to be slightly smaller. So it's 13.80, so we have 0.20 or 20, actually it's 200 thousandths, it's 0.2, 2 tenths, 2 tenths of an inch. That's a big clearance. Seems probably too big, really. But anyway, okay, so that's the kind of thing you can do. So go do that. All right, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.